Hey, what's up guys? It's Ariana and welcome back. Today is a little bit of a different video because I am pretty much announcing that I'm going to be doing just a little bit of a challenge this month. I thought it would be fun to share this with you guys so that maybe if you're interested in following along too, you can, especially if you are trying to kind of downsize your things that you own and kind of minimize some of the clutter, but also it's like a good practice in being a lot more mindful with your purchases. So what I've decided to do this month, I'm calling it a No New November. Kind of goes along with like a no spend November. I've seen several other people do that before, but with it being my first time doing something like this, I thought I would start off with just deciding not to buy anything new for the whole month. So that's going to include things like clothes and shoes, accessories, all those kinds of stuff that are just kind of easy to pick up and spend money on. So with that being said, stuff like food and other necessities aren't going to be included in that. So with it being like a no new November, I'm gonna let myself, if it really comes up, like if there's really a reason for me to buy something thrifted or secondhand, then I'm going to call that as an okay because there's not a new purchase involved. There's not a whole new item. But even that I want to kind of minimize and limit. But we'll have to see if if that comes up. I'm really gonna try not to though. And because that wasn't quite enough, I also want to, for this, or to go along with this challenge, is to declutter kind of the stuff that I already have. So not only am I not bringing new stuff in, I want to kind of go through and be a lot more purposeful with the items that I do have. So I decided what I thought would be a good idea is to declutter or get rid of or donate like at least one item every day of the month. I figured I could start with my closet first because, I don't know, kind of clothes are one of those things that really just kind of adds up for me, just because I don't know, when I get bored and that kind of thing, which is really bad. And I think the biggest problem with that is getting pieces that are just cheap and, I don't know, they seem exciting at the time but aren't really stuff that I love. So I end up not wanting to wear the stuff that I own. So I figure why not go ahead and start with that and go through and anything that I haven't worn in a really long time or I just don't really love, that doesn't fit me well, that kind of thing. I want to go through and pull those out first. And then if I get to the middle of the month, say, and I feel like I've gotten rid of every piece of clothing that falls under those categories, then I can move on to like any other area in life. So like books, kitchen things, household goods, you know, that sort of thing. So we'll see. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm interested to see kind of how easy or how hard it is. I honestly don't think it's going to be too hard for me to not purchase new items, just because I've already been a little bit more mindful of that just, you know, recently. I know I'll have those like random itchings where I want to go and like go to a certain store and look and see what they have, but even then, like, I was able to catch myself like, no, you don't need anything right now. And if you do, you could always go and look at the thrift store, see if there's something similar before you go and buy a completely new item, rather than being more sustainable and going and seeing what somebody else donated and buying that instead to extend the life of that item, if that makes sense. And I figure like another way I could remain accountable to doing this and decluttering an item every day this month, I want to kind of like at the end of every week, so maybe like Sunday, I'm gonna post on my Insta stories and just show like these are the things that I've chosen to declutter in my closet or declutter in my home for this week. Yeah, and then I'll do like a recap video probably at the end of the month just to kind of overview how everything went, if it helped me at all, if things were hard or if things were easy. Maybe even do like a big overall look at the things that I've gotten rid of. So this is gonna go up already into November a little bit, so the first, I guess, kind of week, it's not even like a full week. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the items that I wanted to get rid of for this week. Okay, so while I was doing the last closet declutter slash organization, I already noticed a few things that I was not too keen on that I would be okay with parting with. One of them is this dress right here. I actually thrifted this, kind of like a micro suede material, but whenever I actually wore it, this thing was like riding up and sticking to the wrong places, and I don't know, I would be okay with getting rid of that. So that's number one. And then, so these are some red corduroy pants. They're high-waisted. I've had these for a really long time, but I haven't worn them in a while. But I don't know, it's just now getting into kind of holiday, and I feel like red is kind of nice for fall and winter. So I'm gonna see if I can get some use out of that. If I don't, I guess I could part with that too. Okay, now this I feel like is like a classic striped shirt. Had this for quite a long time. This one's from Ann Taylor, but it's just old now. And it kind of has like a little leather detailing here on the neck, but you can see it's like gotten a little old and damaged. So I think I might part with this one too. I have another striped shirt that looks just like that, so I mean the stripe is different, but I have another striped shirt, so I'll get rid of that one. Okay, this is a simple black sheath dress that I never wear, and it's like just a little bit too tight to where I don't want to wear it, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I have other black dresses that I like much more than that, so I think that's all right. So that's really 3 for sure. I would like to get rid of one more thing. I guess I could look at this glorious bin of scarves and other random things. Okay, this thing. I have no idea what I was thinking whenever I first purchased this. This was like so long ago, and I don't know why I still have it. But it's kind of like this bandeau type of thing, like a really spandexy material, but it's so thin and it's just not flattering and doesn't work. It doesn't even have any padding. Like, what was I thinking? So that's for sure. That's for sure gonna go. All right, so I'm super excited to go ahead and jump into this challenge this month. I would love to see if you follow along as well, or if you want to do something similar. It doesn't even have to be the exact thing like this. You could even do even more of a challenge and really just not focus on not spending at all. So do like a full like no spend November, or a no whatever November, no sugar, no whatever it is in your life that you feel like, oh, I just want to get control in this area. I want to become better and more improved version of myself in this area. So whatever that is for you, if you'd like to do something like that, I challenge you to do that. I mean, it's a whole month, 30 days, I believe, 30 in November, 30 days of just a focused, I'm gonna try and improve each and every day. It's those small little steps each day that really gets us moving forward and towards our goal, so that at the end of the month we can look back and say like, oh wow, look how far I've come from that very first time where I thought like, oh, this is gonna be so hard. But then by the end of the month you're thinking like, wow, that actually is really easy now. Okay, so that was like a random kind of side note tangent, but anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you like this idea, if you're interested in trying this out for yourself. Subscribe so that you can see the recap of it at the end of the month, and go over to Instagram and follow me over there and connect with me over there. If you're also going through this and kind of decluttering things each week, I'd love to see what things that you're being more mindful of and ridding your life of these possessions that you have that you actually don't love. You just happen to have a bunch of things. So I'd love to see that over there. Use the hashtag #NoNewNovember as well. That way I can cheer you on and we can do this together. We're in this together. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching it. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.